Hey y'all, I just figured I'd give you a quick physical update and an RPM update. The range of motion is coming around. Had my second post surgery visit with the orthopedic doctor on Tuesday, the 13th or so. We're January 18th now. It's Friday the 18th. But about to get our first batch of snow for the season. So here in Detroit, I don't think we're going to see more than 3 inches of snow. Maybe more, maybe a little bit more. But most all the heavier stuff going to be south of here. But what I've been doing is I ended up taking physical therapy into my own hands after calling the therapist's office and asking if they were going to physically put their hands on me and force my, stretching my arm to move and help my range of motion. They told me what I already knew. They said no. They were going to give me exercises to do. So like any other, I don't know, motivated person, I got on a computer here and found out all about frozen shoulder or problems with range of motion pre and post surgery, and what you could do about it. So what I did is I started doing it once or twice a day myself. Visited the doc, like I said, my second post operative visit, and he was pleasantly surprised at the amount of progress I made. I got 4 more weeks. I got to go back and see him 12th of February, and I have to show a lot. A lot of improvement. Or he wants to do what is known as manipulation under anesthesia, MUA. Check it out. Google it. Do whatever you do. Search it. It is horrific. It's horrifying. What they knock you out and what they do to your arm, actually popping and cracking and blowing things loose in there. I'm not going to let them do that. So what I've been doing here, and I'll show you, is I've been fully twice a day now. I told you I made up my own pulley system, right? This was part of the thing I found on. Let me get my finger off there. Part of the info I found on the internet, and you use your good arm to pull and stretch your bad side. This is a resistance band. I got a couple of these, but this is really nice. I get about darn it 10 feet away from the door, man, and really work the muscles that are impairing my range of motion. I know that doesn't make much sense, right? Well, actually, it makes a lot of sense, because really, it's the muscles that are keeping you from continuing to move. Your range of motion. I'm a lot better. I mean, a lot better now than I was before. But reading into things on here, I found a place in Toronto that does what they call trigenics, and that's the program that seems to be better or more accepted by doctors than MUA, than actual manipulation, because they can literally break your arm. You'll end up with a plate and screws. With a spiral fracture if they don't do it correctly, manipulating your arm, and you're asleep, so you can't tell them don't go there because you're out. So trigenics uses weights, machines, and the resistance of the weight, like I'm using with the rubber band, to force the stretching or the range of motion, and using it as resistance to build up the muscles. And I've noticed just doing this just this week, just 4 days this week, my range of motion has gotten better just in 4 days. And the biggest issue isn't, raising straight up, was a problem. It's gotten a lot better. This is maybe a bit better as well, but it's the actually reaching behind your back or tucking in your pants, which I really can't do here. I tell you, folks, I've gained a lot of ground here. I couldn't even really get my arm behind my back at all. As you can see, I can get into my pocket now if I had a pocket there. So I'm coming around. It's coming around. But if you want to know more about it, or not, whatever, but to look up that MUA, that'll give you an idea, or frozen shoulder, and see how this thing, I guess there's like 3 million people worldwide where this frozen shoulder just afflicts people for some reason. I don't know if they're just old folks or just for some reason people wake up, it starts getting stiff, and then all of a sudden it don't work at all. And they haven't even been to surgery yet. It's their first indication of having a problem. So I'm blessed. I mean, you know, I still got an arm. I can still use it. I can pick my nose with it. I can drive the go-kart. I can shift gears. Man, I'm not going to complain. Does it hurt? It hurts sometimes, but the pain I had that brought me to surgery is completely gone. I can sleep all night. I can sit and do things, and it's not throbbing and killing and hurting me. So I told the doc, if nothing else, man, I'm happy with just that kind of progress. So that's update number 3. Hopefully the next update will come from the racetrack. How about that? I'm warming up the garage. I'm going to take you out there and show you what we've been doing. We mounted a radiator on the back of the cart. We added the second radiator, which I mentioned in another video, was what we wanted to do for testing in April of 2019 here, was to do what we wanted to do in September, just continue on that program. If it works, which I'm 99.99999% sure it's going to work, we'll probably run that package if we actually get to Nelson Ledges. We'll run it and actually put it through a race pace type scenario as well. So there you go. That's where we're standing. I'll bring you out there in a little bit and show you how we got it mounted up, and then how we're going to make an air box for it. We're not just going to make a cheap square air box. We're not going to go 10/10. We're not going to get crazy with an expensive model and a mold to produce more of them. But we are going to do it a little bit different than we have in the past. So stay tuned for that. You can always learn something out of the old RPM shop, eh? If not the wrong way to do it. Brent, hey, thanks for the info. Good idea about the drill press and stuff, man. That's pretty cool. Glad to see you're looking in. I'm building that 4-stroke, you old geezer. You can come out and drive that, can't you? We'd love to have you back at the track doing something other than ragging on us, bro. We need to get you in a helmet and a suit and some gloves and some shoes and get you out on the racetrack turning some laps and having fun with us. But other than that, to all the bros out there, Happy New Year. It'll be the last time we go there. We're almost a little more than halfway through January, so we're done with all the Happy New Year notes. That's it. Godspeed. God bless. Get right with Jesus if it's in your scope of range whatsoever. Look at what's going on in the world out here. You don't have to look past really our own government and see, the good ones from the bad ones. And there's not many good ones. Most all of them are bad, and they got bad intentions for all of us. So keep that in mind. The only one that can save us is Jesus Christ. And I suggest all of you get right with God. God bless y'all. We'll see you out in the garage. How about that pulley system, man? It's pretty sweet, isn't it?